everyone. I hope this new episode of Empire Coins and Collectibles finds you well and being all that you can be. And of course, if you're on the hunt for a coin or some particular collectible, I hope you find it. I mean, some people say it's not the item that gives them the thrill, it's the thrill of the hunt. I kind of know that, I although if I'm going to characterize myself as a collector, I'm going to bring the item in, categorize it, log it into my database, and then package it in such a way that I can enjoy it. So I said the days of me being a hunter-gatherer are over with. So yeah, some people might just get the thrill out of the hunt and they throw this thing aside once they find it. Not me. I don't throw my coins aside. I enjoy looking at them every now and then. So this new episode of Empire Coins and Collectibles, what is it going to be about? Well, I told you I was bringing you on my double die journey. Well, not today. And we'll talk about that in just a moment. But again, I want to welcome you to our channel. Hopefully you'll subscribe, share, and like it. That will help us reach more people out there. And if we've said something that is entertaining or enlightening, or if you like my wife having a little fun at my expense, stay tuned. She gets worse. She doesn't get better. But that's okay. That's as it should be. We both have a lot of fun. And I will say this, at our house, there's a lot of laughter, as it should be, of course. So what have I been doing lately, and why not continue this journey of doubled die searches? Well, last night I was searching through some penny rolls. Yeah, many of you are probably saying, Ron needs to get a life, right? Yeah, my wife used to say that. Ron needs to get a life. Why don't we go on this vacation or go on that trip? And, I've made some promises I need to keep, right? And I will do that. Take her on these nice vacations. However, let me tell you something that did happen today. Totally surprised. I'm at work. I'm getting ready for final exams at the college. And she texts me and she says, I'm going on a cruise. And the way she said it was like, now. So as soon as I got students out of my office and everything, I called her and I said, are you leaving tonight? Like that was news to me. But it just so happens that my sister-in-law, dear sister-in-law, we've known her for ages and ages. She had won a couple of free tickets for cruises. And now they're planning the big trip. So guess what? She gets to go on the cruise. I get to stay home and work. But then again, as I said earlier, perhaps that's the way it should be. I need to keep those promises and commitments and take her on a nice trip. Otherwise, she's going to find these cruises to go on with my sister-in-law and her friends. So yes, coin rolling, coin roll hunting. So I peeled open the roll of pennies, and it looked promising. There were copper pennies and more modern pennies. I'm talking about, the zinc copper plating type pennies, and I'm not thrilled with those. We'll talk about that in just a moment. And as I was sorting through, I came across a bright, shiny, uncirculated penny. I thought, oh, well, this might be an upgrade for one in my collection. So imagine to my surprise, when I flipped it over to the obverse, it was a major die crack. Well, maybe I shouldn't say major. I'll let you be the judge of that when I show the pennies. It was really interesting to see this particular error. And I've got a lot of die cracks, very interesting ones, but they're smaller threads of cracks. This one is a pretty massive and beefy crack. Now, let's talk a little bit about the 1993 D mintage for this penny. Of course, it's a Lincoln Memorial. They minted something like 6.4 billion of these coins. 6.4 billion. Wow. They're not very rare, are they? At 6.4 billion. But when you look at these coins and they have errors in them, whether they're machine doubling, or they end up having a doubled die on them, or a die crack. There's very few of those compared to the 6.4 billion of them that were minted. And that's what makes them so interesting and so unique to me. So although this is not a doubled die, it is a error coin that I'm struggling with. My wife and I, we always have this conversation. I find these coins and I said, yeah, I'm going to get it submitted, and I will put it on our eBay store. I'll give it to her and she'll do it. And I seem to never do that. Are you like that? Do you have a partner in crime where you say, yeah, I'll do it, and then you can't just let it go? With the coins, I mean, there's only one of them like that. Well, maybe not. I mean, the die obviously had some problems. So there might be a few others before they caught it and removed that particular obverse die. But in any case, I got to thinking about this. And the interesting thing about it was that I know it's a copper plated zinc planchet. And I thought, well, this really looks like a die crack to me, but could it be a result of some chemical reaction of the zinc under the copper plating? And what happens is it outgasses and bubbles up and creates these little pock marks on the coin. Well, could it also have created this elongated type of bubble? Let me read something to you. I'm going to have Siri do a search for me. Hey, Siri, what is the definition of zinc rot? It says that zinc rot is also known as zinc pest, P-E-S-T, and it just went away. And basically what it was saying is that there is chemical reactions with other elements in the alloy that the zinc has. And, the copper is not perfectly pure, and there may be some lead mixed in very, very, very small amounts in these alloys. And the zinc reacts with the lead and other chemicals. And especially if you're in a humid environment, the moisture in the air will cause these processes to accelerate. So I was thinking, is this zinc rot? Well, what I will do is, of course, show you the coin and let you be the judge of that. So let's go ahead and present the coin to you. First, I have it in my little package. Yes, it's going to go off. It's not numbered yet, but it will go off to annex at some point because it's so remarkable to me. And then if it does, it's going to be harder for me to let it go. But I'm going to pull the little carrier out, and I'm going to hold it up there. I don't know if you can see it. Let's go this way. Look at his chest. You probably can't see it just yet. Focus issue. Okay. Well, I tried. I'm going to go ahead and put it under the coin microscope, and then you'll get a really good look at it. And I'm always very careful to hold it by the edge when I am not wearing gloves. I've got my white gloves right here. Okay, so we're putting it under there. I'm going to back this up a bit so I can see the whole coin before I flip it on so you can see it. All right, are you ready for this beauty? Let me change the camera view here. Look at that. Now, this certainly looks like a die crack to me. And it looks like the die lost some material along that crack at some point. And then when it presses down on the coin, the metal flows up into the crack. And when the coin's released, it has this ridge that is higher than the surface of the coin in the impressed image. So that's the reason why you know it's a die crack and not just a scratch. A scratch is embedded in the coin. Die cracks are material that flow out of the planchet up into the crack. So when the coin's released as a new coin, a newly minted coin, there is a material that is above the surface of the coin in these long, narrow cracks. But look at this. Okay, it's not exactly to the heart, but it looks like a stake just going right there toward Lincoln. I find it fascinating. I don't know. What do you think? Is this something that you would keep, or would you put it on eBay and sell it? What is your collecting uh, avenue here, or your the things that you like to collect? Do you like die cracks? Do you find them interesting, or is it only things like double die or varieties of Morgans, the varieties? What do you like? To me, this thing, you know what this cost me? This die crack penny cost me 1 cent. Yeah, it cost me 1 cent. Of course, I bought a box of coins, a box of pennies. And what is that? 25 rolls, maybe? Something like that? Or 50 rolls. Maybe it's 50 rolls. In any case, I don't remember. Many of you will probably leave a comment down below and correct me, but I paid a penny for it. And what I don't keep out of the penny rolls, the errors and the highly uh, graded coins, the potential of having highly graded coins, I'll keep those, and the rest will go back into the mix, and I will filter them out either by paying for my gas and pennies, or go and use some Coinstar machine and pay the penalty to get my most of my cash back. But right now, this particular error cost me a penny. Have you ever found anything like that just in change in your pockets? Or do you need to get a life? I'm sorry, I had to say that because you also search coin rolls. Do you search penny rolls, nickel rolls? I have a $500 box of rolls of quarters. And I think I mentioned that in the previous episode, where I'm searching and pulling out the Maya Angelou quarters. And what's interesting is there's 10 of the Maya Angelou quarters in a roll of 40 quarters in that box. So every roll has 10 Maya Angelou quarters in it. Again, that's also very interesting to me. And I found a few errors and a few what looks to be small minor die cracks in some of those coins. But whatever your interest is, you should have a passion about it. The passion is what drives you. It fuels your interest. You're always looking to find something that's a little different from what somebody else may have. And because of that, your collection is going to grow. Now, what all that means is if you're a good collector and not hunter gatherer, you're going to categorize them, you're going to organize them, you're going to label them, you're going to store them safely away where they do not degrade over time by your neglect. And a lot of people do that. They get coins that are really, really nice coins, and then they store them away in a box in a humid environment, and the coins begin to degrade. Don't do that to your coin. I would hate to see this coin here degrade to the point that it's not really worth anything. It's just an interesting coin. By the way, do you think this coin looks to be MS state? It looks to me that it could pass as a low MS state. Let me flip it over just so you can see the other side. Very interesting. And I think I can see, some of that graininess because of it being a copper, zinc plated copper coin. Now I'm looking a little bit of dirt here. So maybe it won't reach that MS state, but certainly an AU state, I would think. But this one is going to go into the next shipment I send out to be certified by ANAX. All right, guys and gals, I hope that you have found this very interesting. Let me know if you have found something similar to this. Share your finds with us, and we can talk about it on this channel. Next time, I probably will be back on my double die search. I've still got a few that I'm working my way through, showing to you. And then as I get new ones in, I will be sharing those with you. By the way, I've got probably about 6 on order that are coming in through the mail at some point. So I think I'll be seeing those in the next week or two. So not only do I have my books that are of double dies that I've already found, I'm bringing in new ones that will be added to my collection. I am creating a graphic so that I can drop a pin on the graphic to show you from the United Nations country membership, what double dies I have from the different countries showing up on that list. So as soon as I get it where I like it, I will share that with you. Maybe you'll find that interesting as we kind of keep up with my progress in the search. All right, I'm going to switch back to the coin, let you guys kind of look at it as we fade out to the nice music my wife always plays. You know, we got to keep her happy, right? And just enjoy it, and it will play for just a bit. You take care, and until next time, all the best.